Let's just talk about it. Feel my body. Roll a spliffy, catch a vibe, and we get hot at it. Let's just talk about it. Feel my body.
Welcome to the Be For Real podcast.
It's your girl, The Exclusive.
And it's your girl, Lucy Baby.
And it's your girl, Ep.5.
And thank you for tapping in and tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel because we need that. We do. Mm-hmm. But we're back.
Oh my gosh.
We're back, ladies.
I missed you, beautiful ladies. Yes.
I know. What's really good with us right now?
We got a lot to catch up on for sure.
Yes, especially because I just feel like we need to add a little spice to our channel. Don't you guys think that?
Yeah. Where you going?
I've been seeing a lot of anonymous stories, a lot of "Am I the asshole?" A lot of that. I've been seeing a lot, and some of them have been really juicy. Ooh. And I just think we need to start off with the bombshell. Let's get right into it, okay? And I just think we should talk about it. Do you have a story?
Well, I actually just pulled this up. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but the title is "Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat?" And as poly girls, we're going to give our intake on this. So the story is, I, 34 male, work in a physically demanding field. Myself and my coworkers are all fit people without a lot of body type variety. My wife, 32 female, is fat. The thing is, she always been fat. The whole time I've known her, we've dated when she was fat. We got married when she was fat. She knows she's fat. She's fat and she's beautiful. Okay. I'm happy if she loses weight, and I'm happy if she stays where she is. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world as is. One of my coworkers, Julia, 28, started complaining that she's too far to be loved and fat. People don't get to be loved. Julia isn't fat. She's maybe 120 pounds. She works out 5 times a week and barely ever eats. I told her that wasn't true and that my wife was fat. She got really red in my face and started telling me I wasn't allowed to call my wife fat, that I was insulting her, and that my wife was beautiful and curvy. Carol doesn't like being called curvy. She thinks it's a label used to avoid calling people fat because it's a dirty word to most people. I told Julia as much. Julia started threatening to tell my wife I called her fat. She pulled up her Instagram and told me she was messaging Carol that I was being mean. I beat her to the punch and called my wife, put her on speaker, and asked if she was curvy or fat. Carol laughed and said, "I hate that curvy shit. Fat and beautiful, baby." Okay. I thanked her, I told her I loved her, and hung up. As soon as I hit end, Julia went mental. She started screaming that I was abusing my wife when I asked how. She said I was clearly brainwashing her into accepting the term fat to try to keep her complacent and from getting away from me. That no woman in her right mind could be okay with her husband calling them fat. I showed her a picture of my wife in a shirt that had BBW on it. She bought it for herself, by the way. She stormed off and hasn't spoken to me since. Now, I just walked into today to an email from HR requesting a meeting with me. I don't think it's a big deal. I have my wife's plug for fat positivity, the shirt, and can easily call her for proof. But now that things are frigid at work, Julia constantly gives me dirty looks when we're in the same room. She ignores me otherwise. So I'm just over here scratching my head. Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat?
Right off the bat, yes. To me, yes, because I don't know. I guess it just depends on your relationship with your husband. But for me, when you're calling another woman just fat, I just feel like that's being disrespectful. I mean, you can see the obvious, period. But, now, well, that was me then. I used to get so offended by that. That word.
Yeah.
Oh, now, I'm like, and what about it?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's just my take on that.
Yeah, I agree because I feel like as a husband, you should know your limitations. As much as your wife is going to tell you, yeah, call me that. Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. I don't even got a relationship. I'm not even married, but I'm just, in my opinion, I'm happy at doing that to myself, but I don't need you to add on,
right?
And tell me oh, my wife is okay with it, which is fine in their relationship. Like you said, it depends on the relationship. But for me, I just feel like if I'm okay with it, it doesn't give you the okay to also do that too. And then it was kind of a plot twist at the end when he was like, his wife owns like a body positivity, fat body positivity page, and he's repping his wife's logo. And then it's just like, oh, so he's putting it on because, you know, he's supporting his queen. PHAT, pretty hot and thick, baby. And there's also FAT, fabulous and thick. Okay, so maybe that's how his wife portrays it. I like the word curvy because I am curvy, and I am plus size for sure, but I wouldn't give that okay to my person to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Okay, y'all better not hate me for this, but like me and my husband, we have like a really different relationship from most people. Like we be calling each other names. I think I could kind of relate to the girl. I think from my perspective, she's very open with her husband about that, because I'm very open with my husband, and we just have that relationship. Like we call each other names, but like we have like that friendship bond where it's like we don't take it to the heart. Yeah. With him, it's just like I tell him everything. I have no filter with him or anybody, so we're pretty open with that. I think with the girl, what I was not liking in the story was the coworker. What my perspective was, the wife was okay with it, but the fact that the coworker was being mad at it and she was like very fit, from my perspective, is that her mentality is no man is looking at me if I'm big. So like the fact that you're saying your wife can be loved because she's big. So I think she's throwing her insecurity on the wife. That's why that's my perspective. That's why I was getting mad. I was like, the fact that he called his wife too on the spot, and she was like, yeah, I'm fat, baby, blah, blah, blah. Like she was like embracing herself in a way. The girl was like getting mad because she's being loved. That's what I was getting from it. She's trying to cause problems in their marriage
Because she wasn't getting
she's probably, and then he said that she starves herself, so it's giving like you're insecure. I'm digging deep into this, but that lady, like, you're insecure, you're throwing your insecurity on his wife. Like they have this special bond, and you're just like taking it over your head because you were triggered. That's what I was getting from her. Like, and the fact she called too, like, and if they don't have a problem with it, why do you have a problem with it? That's what I was getting from it. So that girl Julia, like, I think she's like not being loved, and she doesn't love herself fully, so she was just throwing her insecurity on their marriage. That's what I was getting from it.
That's actually, I love that point of view.
I think she's trying to, because there's people that be manipulating, and I feel like she's trying to manipulate the wife, like trying to break their marriage. And I'm like, I'm watching you. I know people like you. You're trying to switch up our mind.
You're giving me vibes right now. But okay, so let's talk about it, because we're talking about coworkers and stuff, and you guys have significant others. How do you guys feel about work wives and work husbands?
My husband do not accept that.
I need to approach this topic very, very carefully.
Wait, do you know anyone?
If you guys know the company I work for, yes, y'all know it's a trend out here pretty much. It's always topic of conversations, but me personally, let me find out somebody calling my husband work hubby or even bestie. Okay, let me put my shades
LA
up for
boy.
this. Let me find out. I'm pulling up. Like, I just, no, look here. Come, let's joke around. Come joke around with me. Because my husband, though, we're so opposite. Like, if he finds out somebody calling me work wifey or whatever, he'd be like, man, that's so funny. But who do you come home to?
Yeah.
That's him.
He knows.
But me, I'm just like, no, like, that should have never came out your mouth in the first place.
Excuse me.
But I say that to say this. Do I want to say it?
Say it.
We might be related to these people. Just know, Salt Lake City Ramp is number one for a reason. Well, number one in drama for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I'll put my shades back on.
Ooh, that's a topic right there. But honestly, like, yeah, would you ever allow?
Oh, no. My husband knows this. I'm like, work husband, work, because I've seen that online, and I'm just like, Like back again to the Whakaapa stuff. Like there's a reason why Whakaapa exists, because stuff like that happens. Like, oh, that's my little work wife, my work hubby, and then it's like, oh, can you give me a ride home? Oh, my husband's not here. Can you make a meal for me? Like it all starts with these little friendships, and then something happens, and it's not insecurities; it's setting boundaries.
Yes.
Right. No, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, that's how you know I'm old, because when did this become a thing?
Dang, I don't really know, but like it just started with like people putting out memes.
Yeah.
And then like it just started becoming real.
Right.
It started as a joke, but now it's facts. Where, like you said, back in the day, I feel like work bestie was a thing.
That's how,
But-
bro.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
bro,
Sis.
sis. But it was never like work wife, work husband. Like I just was
That's
like,
weird.
what?
Very.
Especially if you're
Yeah.
married,
Yes.
and then you go to work, wife. What?
But that's what I mean. We think it's weird, but it's trending out
It's
here.
tre- it's-
Something is
Y'all
in the air
weird.
at the airport. It's just, I don't know. They're being consumed by this virus. So I don't know.
I personally, because as a single girl, I had a work bestie.
Okay.
And it turned and a work bestie of opposite sex, and it turned to a point where the work bestie decided to have feelings, and I was like, no,
Had to live my shit.
like sometimes like work bestie stays in work bestie. Like, do you
Right.
guys think like boundaries need to be established?
Yeah.
Of
If you're a
course.
bro, you're a bro.
Yes.
You'll never ever come from bro to boyfriend.
Bae.
Right, to bae. Like that's never ever gonna cross paths. I just feel like it's never something that's established.
Right.
And girls too, like if you're cis, stay in the cis lane. Obviously, bro called you cis because doesn't look at you that way.
Right.
Even if you think they
Right.
like you that way, it's like no.
Read
Wait,
between the
can I
lines.
ask you guys this too? Are you guys okay with your significant other having opposite sex friends?
Okay, because you guys know my husband, what he does music-wise.
Yes.
So he taught me, like, it's okay. Because, like I said, people's been through a lot. Mentality was just corrupted and just everywhere. And I just, actually, no, I would say insecure. I can admit to that. When I first got married and I seen the lifestyle that he was living, like what he was
Yes,
pursuing, because he
yes.
loves music, I was just like, oh, no, immediately. But I don't know. Now, I'm just like, it's crazy
your
too, because they
thing.
actually, they acknowledge me as his wife,
Yes.
and I love that. It just comes with maturity, really.
Yeah.
So I love when I see my husband taking pictures with them, and like especially in New Zealand. Shout out to the New Zealand, Australian girls, because y'all really be bumping this
No,
stuff.
for real.
So I
For
love
real.
that.
I love that.
Is there like a certain extent where they can be friends, or you're just like, I trust my husband?
Like what you mean? Like what?
Like, girls that just be doing so much.
Like, let's say your husband has a bestie of the opposite sex.
Oh no.
bestie.
Listen, look
I'm
me in my
your
eyes right now. My husband can have female friends. But a bestie, now you're giving her a title. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little more than what
Yeah.
I
Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, I'm
Wait, what
learning.
about
I'm
you?
learning so much. For me, like, I think I'm the same as Ipo. Like, you can have a friend. You can have a friend of the opposite sex, but when you're a bestie,
Exactly.
now things are just
Yeah.
a little weird.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. Like me to my bros, whenever they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go hang out with our girls,"
Right.
and I always try to establish like, okay, I am not going to like get in the way or like do anything that's gonna affect the relationship,
Right.
because I don't want the girl to think like, oh, she's cis, but is she really cis?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, no, I promise, I'm cis. I'm hella cis, but I always try to make sure I respect their girls too and introduce myself, and always when they're around, I leave the boys and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with the ladies today, just because respect is such, like you said, apa like is
It's
so
so
important, especially if you brought your husband around me, you know, same thing, like
Yes.
no, like
Yeah, like you would never see Losa hanging out with my husband by themselves. Like that's weird.
That's crazy. But
That's
it's
crazy
like,
because sometimes I just wanna.
oh,
we're
girl,
by
me
our-
too. Me too. Little one too.
right, so like me personally, no, I like that I like the way you brought it. Like if you give them a title, then they're more than something.
Yes,
Yeah.
then they take that and they'll run with it. Trust me, because I've seen it done before. Not to my
you,
marriage,
yeah.
because I'd be locked up.
And they be the little bestie thing. They be doing it on purpose too. So I think. Well, I'm gonna share
gonna
my
jump into
input.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my input about like my husband if he were to have friends or whatever, because before we were dating, we did have friends, and then like automatically like we just stopped talking to our friends, and my significant other just became my best friend. So like I didn't really care to have friendships with anyone.
Right.
Like other people are different, but with my husband, like at first, like we were both insecure. Like I couldn't have, he has my passwords and everything, Snapchat, Instagram. I have his Snapchat, Instagram. Like we both had no friends, and I'm just like, is this really your friend, or is this I'm gonna save you for later if me and my girl are not together? You know, like if we're going through problems, you're the friend I'm gonna talk to.
Right.
So I was like watching out for that too. And then now that we're married, I think since I've been wanting to like collab and do like music with other artists.
Yes.
We're so big on the like, who are you following, who are you liking posts and stuff, and we just like grew to like, he just grew to accept it. I'm like, you know what, if I want to collab with someone, like it's not anything like I'm trying to get at them or I want to like talk to them.
Yes.
And it's like it took a big toll on him because he's not very social, and he's like, I'm not talking to any girls, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you have to understand the music industry is taken by a lot of male artists, and I was like, and I love listening to music that we both like. Like I cater to his side of music sometimes, so we just learn to have like to grow our trust and our boundaries. Like he looks through my stuff sometimes when he wants to, so.
Right.
That's our whole thing. We're friends. But if y'all just started being friends out of nowhere, that's weird.
That's
enough.
Pay attention, ladies. Y'all gotta pay attention.
Like if you just like, like if you're talking to someone, updating about your day, and you guys just met after you're married, like that don't add up. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
You're just asking for something to happen, in my opinion. Well, my bad if I'm like going.
No, girl, this is what the viewers want to hear.
Exactly.
The real,
okay.
yes, the realness.
But like you mentioned, collaborations, right? Like we're all influencers. We have our own platform. Who are some people that you guys want to have collaborations with? Because I want to know, and we should shout them out in this one.
I think that's great.
You can go first.
Me?
Yeah.
I have quite a few. Oh my gosh, now the pressure's on because I don't want to leave anyone out, but I have quite a few, especially because I follow them on TikTok. But Tossi's one.
Yes. Oh my
absolutely love his content. Not only his content, his music is really good.
Yes.
So that's one I would love to do a collaboration with when it comes to my content side. And another one that I would love to collaborate with is Bestie.
Yes.
Bestie, Tui Halamaka Tupo. She's married to my cousin.
Yes.
So, love her. Love her.
So dope.
You remind me so much.
So dope.
Yeah.
Yes, like I just love how you guys are all the time, especially when it comes to fashion tips. I'm not gonna lie. Luce and Bestie follow today. They really y'all be delivering all the time. And I'll just throw one more just to kind of top three.
As you should.
Who?
As you should.
Okay, period. Thank you, sis. See, when I said that, now I'm going blank.
Okay.
My third one, I would say, Ben. I've always wanted to collaborate with Ben.
Oh, I met him.
He's hilarious. I love Ben. If you're watching, you already know we be back and forth in the DMs. But when are we gonna do a video? Okay.
Yeah.
For real. Be for real. Come on now. Come on. The table's
What about
open.
you guys?
Well, me musically, I always tell my husband this. I was like, I would love to have a collaboration or a song with Stone Deuce. I've been listening to since I was introduced to his music, I think by my husband. I was like, damn, I love his raspiness in his voice, and I was like, I like when girls like balance out the guys in music, and I feel like I can bring girls I could bring the girl side, and I could bring boys to listen to both our music.
Yes.
Well, I'm still starting out, but that is like one of my dream collabs to ever do a song with. And another artist, I just want to do one more. Oh, actually, okay, I already did a collab with him, but I love Motu Crazy's music too.
Yes.
Shout out to Motu Crazy.
Shout out to my man. He got Motu Crazy to do a song with me that we will be having out soon. So that's another thing. And then also I did just release a song as well. It's called Morning, Night, and Day. It's real R&B vibes. If y'all vibe with it. But yeah. But
What about you, Luce?
I think for me, a collaboration that I would want to see with our podcast, I I would love to have Veronica Pomete, because you're such an inspiration to the Polynesian girls that try to go into the plus size modeling industry. You're definitely a big inspiration in my journey, but we would just love to just pick your mind and would love for you to come through, babes.
Come on through, V.
Another collaboration that I would love for our podcast is Young LB.
Ooh.
Hey, you out there?
We saw you like our post.
Yes,
We
y'all.
know you watching.
Adam, tag him. Send this to
Y'all,
him.
please do me a favor and attack his comments right now and let him know that Be For Real Podcast wants him on our show. The only reason why I love Young LB too is because he's such a humble businessman. Like, he started something that became way big.
Right.
It's a franchise now and branched out through multiple
Facts. Talk about
multiple companies. And I just want to pick his brain. Like, we need your help. Like,
Right.
come on, give us some business tips, because I feel like Young LB is so humble and he's very quiet. And I would love for him to just get on and speak knowledge to us and drop some gems about being an entrepreneur and how he's still going.
And I love you. You're right. Young LB would be dope to have because he's always what is it? Showing homage or
Yes, paying
Yeah.
homage.
yes, paying homage to being Tongan.
Yeah.
You already know, especially when you're like a big deal, just like
Yes.
Dinah. You know, that tea,
The
When you
big
see
tea is,
that,
oh,
just know we
Like,
take
it
that's
just
all
makes
of us.
us
We're making
Tongans
it with you.
so
Yeah.
proud.
Exactly, we take so much pride in that.
A collab that I would like to see for just like myself and content creating. There is this international Tongan model. Her name is Lanu Hahau. Her IG name is Lanu Hahau. Shout out to you, babe. You definitely inspire me in plus size modeling too, especially because you have been putting it on for the Tongan girlies.
Always.
You and Veronica both
Yeah.
have been such a big inspiration to me to keep going. I'm not there yet, but I really would love to just hear.
You're on that path, boo.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would love to hear from the queens that are in that path.
Right. Yes,
So-
me too.
That's pretty much what collaborations.
Those
so
are some good ones.
do me a favor, y'all. Go comment right now.
All of them.
All of them.
Tag their
Everybody-
names.
Everyone that we
Mention,
just dropped right
please.
now.
Drop their names and tell them to come visit us because we're gonna go knocking at their door. Okay, we are. Hello.
Stop right now. We're part-time FBI agents.
For real. But like, speaking of collaborations with our podcast, you know, just the way that our pace has been moving,
Right.
just the way that numbers have been crazy.
Right.
What's something that you guys want to manifest for our podcast that you would like to foresee?
Okay, I'll go first. I think I would manifest for us to make this as big as outside of the poly community. Because right now it's in the poly community.
Right.
And I just want it to spread out to other people, for us to let others know who we are. Because we're like the beginning of, we're the only, someone mentioned this, Elder TikTok, you said we're the only all women Polynesian podcast.
Say it louder.
You know?
Say it louder.
Yeah, I want other people to feel inspired by whatever we bring out to the world. I want them to, I want to spread love. I want us to grow from the poly community and probably spread out to, I just see big things happening for us if we stay consistent.
Yeah.
Speak it, queen.
Yes, I can see us doing many collabs with other artists up there, like outside from our
Yes,
community. And I can
That'd be
see
dope.
us, I was like, I told these girls, I was like, I predict one day, like if we really like stick to this, we could be on the Real, the Table
Ooh,
Talk
the talk
show.
show.
I feel like we're gonna make it one day. I just
Because we
know
got the
it.
real.
Yes.
We just need to add
Yeah.
effing for real.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I definitely see us, if we keep going on with this, we could probably make it like that big.
Yes.
That's
yes.
I feel it.
Manifest.
Yes. I love that manifest.
And for me, as of right now, what I would love to do with our podcast moving forward is just like interview like all of our Polynesian artists, business people, models, like everybody who has made a name for
Makeup
themselves.
artists.
I would love to just, like Leslie said, pick your mind and just get to know you, you know, like on a podcast. I'm sure a lot of viewers too would love to see that.
Yes.
So I think we can really pull that off.
There's
We can make it happen.
Polyfest that are coming up, so I can definitely see, especially there's 3 of us. One of us can go to
Cover
each-
the east side,
Yeah.
west side. We're gonna do
Say
it.
less.
We're gonna have hella
Say less.
footage
We're
for you.
manifest poly festivals. Please reach out to Be For Real.
Yeah.
You got 3 queens ready
Yes.
and able to interview.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good manifestation. A manifest that I see for our podcast is sponsorship.
Oh yeah.
We love to do this, but without the help of a sponsor, we're doing it on our own. So one thing I would love to manifest is finding a sponsor that believes in our dream as much as we do, and also finding people that are willing to donate to our cause. Like, again, we're 3 working women, but we also have our own obligations outside of work. Y'all know.
Yes.
Everyone knows how hustling mentality it is out here being in America, period. But we'd love to just work with a sponsor who would understand what our flow is and gives us the creative control, but also gives us knowledge and feeds us with our business mantra and where we need to go in life. And then also donators, like if you guys are willing to donate to our podcast, it means a lot to us. $1, 50 cents, 2 cents, 2 pennies, everything adds up. And so I just don't want you guys to feel like we're forcing this on you. It's really just, hey, heads up, we do have the availability for people to sponsor us, for people to collab with us, for people to donate to our cause, because we believe that you guys deserve to hear a little bit of Be For Real.
Yeah.
Because it's everything in our Polynesian community is always put under the rug, and it's never ever brought up to the table to talk about. But when we do talk about it, sometimes it could be good, sometimes it could be bad. But we're here to tell you that it is okay to talk about it.
Yes.
And don't ever think that there's a space where you don't have to talk about it. Another thing I would manifest for us is merchandise.
That's what I was gonna tell you. I'm happy you brought that up.
Y'all,
I
coming soon.
think y'all see our logo in the background.
Yes. We have a lot. Of
What if
things.
that was on like a shirt? Don't
Or
you
a
guys
hat.
think, or a hat? Don't you guys think that'd be cute, or even a chain,
Or a mug.
or jumpsuit?
Like that could be like our little gift.
cup? Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our people would love to rock our Be For Real.
yes.
Okay, because it's cute.
Oh wait,
It's
can
cute
I-
like us.
Can I also give a special shout out? Shout out to producer Juice. He's the one that made our logo.
Yes.
Real dope.
He's a producer. He does everything. He does logos and all of that. And he also does Young Go's music. Some of y'all might know, but yeah. Shout out to you.
Period.
But back on the merchandise, y'all are not ready because we have everything lined up for
You
y'all.
guys, like really, I feel so good about our podcast. It's gonna do.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now. You heard it here first. Our podcast is gonna do nothing but great things.
Amen.
And stay for the journey.
Yep.
Yes.
I promise.
So, now that we've been talking about things that we manifest into our podcast, collaborations that we want to see, the viewers, they kind of want to get to know us a little more.
Right.
They kind of want to know our opinions and also what our tastes are. So we're going to give our viewers just a little taste of us. But ladies, I want y'all to give me, or give the viewers, your top song in your playlist. What's playing?
Okay, I'll go first. My favorite song right now is "Memories" by Phatboyy to Dawn.
I still go out phone, my 40 for your memory.
It's insane how much that song has blown up. I remember when my husband was first writing it too. Like just instantly, you could tell off of a beat
Yep.
and a little hook that
It's
it's a hit.
it's
Yeah.
automatic.
So that's
Yes.
So as soon as he was like, I think I got something, and he ran it by me, I said, I don't know much about music, but I know this is fire.
Yep.
And it just the love that you guys have shown has been insane. But that's definitely mine and our kids' is number one favorite song.
Okay, that's also my husband's favorite because literally when his uncle Hasi passed, like that's the song that like he played all day and he cried to, and I was just like, oh my gosh, babe,
Yes.
I'm here for you.
A lot of your husband's songs, like especially like during sad times, we connect to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because he's like very lyrically in tune.
Thank you, sister.
Like he's
yes.
very just he's a man of his words. You can
Love you,
tell.
Phatboyy. Me personally, I don't really listen to music that much anymore with anyone. I I'm not trying to sound like anyone else, so I just been listening to like my unreleased music. But I do have Stone Deuce on replay. It's Kickback.
Where's that kickback? Sip that, hold a patty, hit that, flip that, pass it to the left until it get back. Cause try to tell me they was hating, but I missed that. Skip that on the.
That's something I play like almost every day.
Ooh,
so.
shout out to Stone Deuce. That's
real.
awesome. Yes, I love that song. It's definitely fire. And he's a dope artist, period. For me, my top song would be Float With Me by Roses on the Moon. If y'all don't know who Roses on the Moon are, it's Bobby B. Mack and Vanna Moon.
Take a chance and flow with me. Flow with me, girl, just flow with me. Flow with me, girl, just flow with me. Fly, fly, fly.
That song hits for me. It's technically like a psychedelic song, like, you know, float with me, girl, just float with me. But now I'm like, in my head, I just love just dancing to it. Any song that makes me get up and dance
Is a hit.
is a hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit in my book, but
Okay.
that's a #1 hit in my book. So I love that song, and that song's on repeat.
Okay,
with
shout out
me.
to Moon Gang because they
Shout
really
out to
dope.
Moon Gang.
Okay.
A lot in our videos, we talk about mental health, just because us women, we know how it is to deal with mental health,
Right.
and especially being married, raising our own families. It's a lot on the plate.
Yeah.
Growing up in Polynesian culture, period, is a lot on the plate. And I just want to get a little personal, April. I understand you talk to us about this, but I also think it's important for you to share.
Yeah.
And I just want you to let us know, like, what did you tell us before this was casting? And I'm going to let you explain.
Okay. So recently, literally, probably by the end of this year, I could just feel something was off with just with me, with my whole mental being and everything. And usually I can snap out of it like this, get back into program, do what I need to do. But after losing my grandma, and then my brother, and then just reading like all these nasty comments when I had shared my daughter's adoption story, it took a toll.
Yeah.
So I even told my husband, I was like, I don't know how to shake this off. Like, you know, like I really thought, I thought depression was going to win. Like it was to that point. And so I'm so grateful for the company that I work for because I had went up to my manager and I was explaining everything to him, like, you know, like why I'm kind of slacking at work and I'm not focused. It's because I'm dealing with this on, you know, on my personal life. So he was the one that recommended, he's like, why didn't you come to me sooner? Like our company, they have this our medical insurance and stuff like that. They have the resources for us to go see a psychiatrist.
Ooh.
So you know me,
Yes.
what is a psychiatrist? What is that?
You're Polynesian.
They don't
Of
work.
course you don't go to therapy.
Exactly.
We're talking.
Of course therapy is not a thing.
So he threw that to me, and I was just like, oh no, here we go. Like, you know, here goes this Palangi stuff. But this is the thing. You see how my mindset was like that? When I tell you, when I've been going to my my sessions with my psychiatrist, he's not even, I'm healing myself, you guys. I'm realizing things about that's the thing. I'm just like, hold on, did you just pull a
One and one.
How did you do that?
That's what I'm saying. But
my
it was
goodness.
really like, he was just a listening. He's great. Shout out to my psychiatrist too.
Shout out to the
So
psychiatrist.
Diedrich, you guys, let's normalize that. But I don't mean to take up all the time, but it's very important. I'm telling you guys, it's so important. You feel so much better, and it just puts a lot in, a lot to perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
So love it, love.
Okay, so like, how has it impacted? Because I know you personally, but how has it impacted your family life?
Like before I was going to my sessions,
yes.
it was just, I was not motivated, instantly upset for no reason, just like very grumpy. I was unhappy, but I didn't want to, I just didn't want to tell nobody my sad story because everybody has a sad story.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear it. And plus I've been through this phase before where I can get myself out of it. When I'm down, like, I remind myself, like, just jump out, like, snap out of it. You got kids to feed, you got bills to pay, like, girl, go. But that's the problem, sorry. We don't take the time to really take it head on. That's what you have to do, because we sweep it under the rug for so long that it builds up and it messes us up as we get older.
Yes.
But just like I'm telling you, like, go and just book one session. I promise you guys, one session, you're gonna realize, like, oh shoot, I'm not crazy. Depression, I know how to fix this.
Yes.
So we really, especially as Polynesians and Tongans, like, everyone thinks that booking or seeing a psychiatrist is like, like a joke.
Cliche.
Yeah.
It's like a.
And they think that you're crazy.
Yeah, they don't take it seriously. They don't take it seriously, but I promise it. Like, now I'm more I'm happier.
Yeah. And I can see it too. The timeline that you're saying. The timeline that you're saying, like, before the year started,
Yeah.
I can see the glow now because you're just like more vibrant. And I didn't even know what you were going through, and that you were seeing a therapist. But we can obviously see what the result is.
Yes, because like every time I see you in passing, you're just a natural, bubbly person.
Yeah.
So I would never ever know that you're dealing with these things, because you're just that lady that always make sure that you give a smile to somebody. And no matter what you're going through, is what I feel every time I see you. I could never know what you're dealing with behind the scenes, because when we talk, it's like, oh, I'm so, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, Eva, I love this for you. But it just also goes to show, like you mentioned, it's important.
It is.
If you're feeling away or and you can't talk to your family, talk to somebody else. I personally love that psychiatrists, like, I don't know, I used to think like, oh no, I can't talk to a therapist. They have to be Polynesian to understand why I'm going through things mentally. Like, I need a Tongan therapist, because
you want to be able to relate.
Yeah, like, if I explain to you my story, you're gonna think I'm crazy if you're not Tongan. So if you're a Tongan therapist out there, you're needed. You're needed in our culture. You're needed. A Polynesian therapist, period. You're needed, because some people like me, like, I need to talk to someone that can relate. But as far as having someone that's non-poly, that's also a plus.
Yes.
They don't know about the culture.
Yes.
They can tell you that's not normal. And you're just like, wait, this is normal to me.
Seriously. That's why
Can
I was
ask
just...
you something, like, was he telling you about, like, how you grew up and how you're raised, and like the traditions? Was he breaking it down, like, oh, these are the reasons why you act this way or respond to things like this?
Yes, and a lot of it tied to our tradition. Well, to that, and really my relationship with my parents.
Yeah.
Not my parents, just specifically my dad, because, as the oldest, you grow up to make mom and dad proud.
Yeah.
Always.
But I don't know how many times I had to let them down, and that took a toll on me. I never really got to, I guess, heal that part of me. So, girl, when I tell you I was going in, but it was just crazy, because when I was done with my story, he would say something, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that is a great way to view it or to look at it. And not only that, he did state too, like, my parents, they had a different upbringing. They were raised differently versus us. So I can't take all my frustration or, all of that out on them, because, they did the best that they could.
Yeah.
That's all they knew. So, girl, see all of this? It's from therapy.
Okay.
I love that. I want to get more into it. But unfortunately, because of time, I'm sorry, y'all. You're going to have to just tune into the next episode.
Yes.
But thank you, Ipo. Thank you for sharing your story. And just know that out there, everybody and us in here, our feelings are valid. Very valid. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to cry. Hello, we've been crying all these episodes.
Episode what?
This is the episode that's no dry eye. I swear, like, I'm a crybaby. She's a crybaby.
I need to bring a
This
freaking
one,
tissue box.
Mila's the one.
For me to cry.
Mila's the one that holds us down, though. She's our anchor. Like, once I'm
if
like,
you ever
okay,
see me crying, it's real. Like, I'm ready to cry.
Okay, because your sister, you did.
Yes.
Did shed a little tear.
Yes,
and
I love that though. But yeah, like, it's okay to cry, and even if you're a guy too, like, it's okay to cry. As men and women in our culture, we need to normalize that. That it is okay to cry, even in front of people. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've had friends who told me, like, their parents look at them as they're crying as a sort of sign of weakness.
Right. Yes, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Please. Please teach your kids that it's okay to cry and it's okay to be a lover girl and a lover boy. Like, you don't have to be strong all the time.
All the time, yes.
Yeah. But
And it's
anyways,
okay.
I'm sorry, we gotta cut the show.
I know.
Oh my gosh, this is like going on to the new episode. I'm sorry. Bye, besties. Thank you for watching the Be For Real podcast.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.